Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm sharing the screen. Please confirm once you're able to see the screen. Is screen visible to all?
It's
Yes, sir.
visible, sir.
Okay. Yesterday, we have seen how to create a page. Second. See, yesterday we have seen how to create a page. What are the steps for to create any page? We have to create a workspace, project. Under the project, we have to create your custom folder structure. Let's suppose a TCS kind of like TCS Oracle apps. Under this, you have to create under which module you are going to deploy this page, like for PO or AP, like that. Suppose PO, under this PO, you want to give any specific like requisitions, like purchase orders, okay, like codes, like that. We have different folder structures. If you want to give any specific, you can give. Suppose it is employee information, you can give like this. First of all, you have to give like this first time whenever you are creating the project. After that, you have to create a application module. AM means application module. We'll call it as AM. Under server folder, you have to remember the folder structure. There's no other options. You have to remember where you have to go, where we have to create the AM, where we have to create the page, and where we are going to write the Java code. Before we are going to the coding, okay, coding we can handle it in multiple ways. If you are familiar with the PL SQL, you can write more code in the PL SQL. If you are familiar with the Java, you can core Java, you can write it in the Java. But up to that level, these are the mandatory steps. There is a no option. There's a no, we cannot escape from these steps. We have to remember these steps. We have to create the application module under the server folder. After that, you have to create a page under web UI folder. Final and important step is attach the AM to page. Next one is give window title and title of the page. Now run the page. These 7 steps you have to remember. Till these steps we cannot escape or we cannot skip. We have to follow these. Once you create the page, this is the how the page is going to be looks. See, we have created, this is the workspace, this is the project, and this is the folder structure. Under that, I have created the AM under the server, page under the web UI. This is the page. Now today, I'm going to create one more time from starting on how to create a workspace onwards. New OA, how to create applications. Right click, new OA workspace. Here you have to give the workspace name. Suppose this is I'm giving this name. Here it will automatically see this checkbox will be enabled. That means from here you can navigate to the next step. What is the next step? If you uncheck this one and if you click OK, then your workspace first step is done. Here, if you check this one, you add a new OA project. What is the next step here? We have to create the project. So from here also you can navigate this directly to the second step. So I'm navigating from here only to the next step. Just click on OK. Here also you can use your project name. Usually we'll give only workspace and project same name, or else you can give the different name also. Once you enter the project name, most of the people, students will do one mistake here is they will directly click on next. They will forget to give the default package. So I'm keep on telling you, before click on next, not only on this window, any window, just read all the instructions. Whether I given the correct information or if I miss anything, just cross check before click on next. Here they are given the example also. Your company, my company name, Oracle Apps, PO Requisition Web UI. This is the example they have given. So suppose here I'm giving my company name also. Suppose I'm giving the folder name XX August only, Oracle Apps PO. You can give any name here. Suppose sample, or you can give practice up to Oracle Apps PO. We have to give RS PO or AP or INV, anything you have to give sample dot. At last it should be web UI. Don't forget to give web UI at last. And whenever suppose you want to do, if you feel any had given any mistake, I want to correct, means most of the students will by mistake they will remove this dot also. So remember all these points whenever you are doing the practice. Don't do any mistakes. Check whether I given the dot in the correct place, whether I given the web UI at last, your company name, all those things you have to remember. Then next, here you have to select your database connection. Then next, here you have to select the dbc file. For dbc file, you have to go to the, see, it is showing some different path. Here also you have the dbc file, but this is not the correct file. You have to go to the jado home, jado. Here you have the dbc file, secure. This is the wish dbc. If you have any doubts while you are practicing, just see the video and see how the navigations I have selected here. Maybe in your system it's not the C drive and Jado. These two will may change, but remaining all Jado home, everything will be the same. Next, here you have to give the one proper login username and password. And you have to give the application short name. For now, you can use the FND, application underscore developer. Here I'm giving the FND application developer. While you are practicing, if you have your username, if you are giving your username and FND and application developer, you may face some issues while running the page, because here I'm giving the responsibility key, means this is the responsibility key of one responsibility. That means this responsibility should be already assigned to your this user. This is the master user operations, so it has the access for all the responsibilities. That's why I have given blindly FND application developer. So while you are practicing also, try to use the master or username and password, or else if you have your own username and password in the application, if you are interested to use those credentials, yes, you can use, but you have to give this responsibility key, whatever the responsibility that is already assigned to your user. Next, finish. With this, your page has been created. Sorry, your project and workspace has been created. What is the next step? We have to create a application module under server. Where you have to create, this is a workspace, this is the project. Right click on the project, new. We have to go to the ADF business components, application module, click on next. Check here. It should be under the server, not the web UI. Then You have to read one by one instructions. One by one, you have to read and you have to check whether everything is correct or not. Okay, it should be under web UI. So I have changed it, so from web UI to server here. Then you can give any name you can give. Why I'm giving the same name for the workspace project and AM means just to for my understanding purpose. That's it. You can give the different names also, no issues. But AM should end with capital AM. If you give or if you are not interested to give also, it will work. But these are the naming standards. Next, and click on finish. That's it. See, your project has been created and AM has been created. If we expand this thing, it will show all the previous projects also here. So it will give you some confusion. So to avoid those things, we have to do some setup. Double click on this folder structure, automatically will come. Uncheck this one and select add here. This is your August one, correct? Select this one. That's it. Now you will see only your change will come. What is the next step here? I'm following the same steps. Whatever I have written here, I'm trying to create the page by following the same steps. See, I have created the AM under the server. Now the next step is page under the web UI folder. Where how to create the page? You can right click here, or else you can right click here on the server also, or you can right click here also, or you can click right click here, anywhere you can create. That is your issue. By doing practice, you will get understand all these points. Okay, but you have the different options to navigate. For now, I'm taking this project, right click, new. For AM, or VO, UO, you have to go to the business components. For for any user interfaces development means like pages, regions, applets, servlets. Okay, you have to use the web tier. Under that, we have OA components. I will tell you what is this region and package file. For now, you can select the page. Now click on OK. Here you have to select, this should be under web UI. Yes, it is there, web UI there. So no need to change anything here. Now I'm going to give XX login. Page should end with the PG. That's it. See, your page also created. Okay. See, once page is created here, automatically in the structure window, that page will automatically will populate. Then you have to select this region. What is the next step here? Attach the AM to the page. How to attach? Select this one. Select this one. Go to the property inspector and application module. Here you can, it will display all the available application models till now in the JDeveloper. Here you have to select your application module. Correct, right application module you have to select. That is done. Now the next step here is you have to give the window title and title. In the same here only, if you come down here, here you can see the window title and title, login page. I'm giving different names because I want to show you what is window title and title. So for window title, I have given the login page, and for title, I have given the login details. Now, what is the next step? Your page is ready. You have development completed. Now we have to run the page. For to run the page, we have two different options. You can right click in the structure window and you can run it here also, or else you can take in the application navigator also on the page. You can take right click and you can run here. That is up to your wish. Okay. Usually I will take here only, because here if for now here you have only one page. By going forward in the real time, you may develop multiple pages. By mistake, if you select anything different page and if you click any delete, it will give confusion. So better to select here. Here we have the run option. Just run the page. We'll see. As you have to do the practice on daily. Minimum first 5 to 6 sessions you have to practice daily. I'm daily telling you how to create a page. But after next week onwards, I will not tell you how to create the page. Directly, I will start the coding part. Okay. See, this is the page. This is the page, your first OAF page. Okay. Here, once I select here, what is window title and title I have given. See, this is on top login page. This is window title. This is the title of the page. And this is the, this is the window title. And this is the title of the page. Okay. By default here Oracle logo is coming. Why this Oracle logo is coming? Why this home logout? All these you have not connected to application, but still you are seeing these things. How these things are coming? These things I will explain you when we are going to discussing the how to use the images concept. We will going to discuss the topics in the updation and creation deletion time. That time I will explain you why this Oracle and logo is coming here. Okay, till that time you just forget this how this logo is coming. Just concentration on the how to develop the pages. This is the login page. Till now, any doubts? I'm telling these things from last 3 days, but today only the page has run. So if any doubts, you can ask.
Sir,
Yeah, your voice is very low.
yeah. Can you listen me?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah. Sir, actually, I've given the title name and the Windows title name as login page and login, no? Is
Yes.
that the mandatory we have to give login itself or we can give any other name or just it is for reference?
No, anything you can give. This is I'm going to develop the login page. That's why I given the login. Suppose you are
Oh,
going to develop any employees page, you can give the
okay.
that page. If you
Okay.
are going to develop any sales order information page, you can give the sales order information like that.
What the subject we are going to create, that subject name
Yes,
we have
that
to.
page subject basically how to give it here.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir.
Any doubts? Okay. Now on this page, I'm going to create two. See, basically two items. We can call it as items or beans, whatever it may be. Okay. In Java terminology, we can call it as items or beans or fields. Fields is a general terminology. It's not related to Java or Oracle or .NET. Okay. Fields is a general words. Okay. Whatever it may be, but both the for all of this meaning will be the same. In Java terminology, we can call it as a items. Okay. If you right click here also, if you right click here, new, here it is showing the item. Okay. Here on this page, I want to create two fields. One is username, another one is password, third one is I want to create a submit button. Okay, here user has to provide some information, correct? User has to enter some information, means it is like a text input. User will enter some input. Here also user will enter some input. This is the button. Here in the button they will not enter any information, just they can submit the request by click the submit button. It is just for to submit. Okay, these three I want to create. I think you people are already aware of the form, sorry, reports, correct? In the reports we have the frame and repeating frame, correct? As you all know, I think frame and repeating frame.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can, frame means you cannot delete that frame. Frame is one mandatory thing, correct? Under this we can create the repeating frames. Okay, similar to here also. See, whenever you are creating the page, one region is created. If you see here, page layout, this is like a region. Okay, if you want to delete this thing also, you cannot delete, because if as long as the page exists, we should have one region. See, if I right click here, delete button is disabled because this is the main region. Usually on this main region, you cannot see under this one also some page layout components will be created. These are all by default will come whenever you create the new page. This page called layout components we'll discuss later. So if you want to create this username and password, you can directly right click here, new, you have to select the item. See how to create, right click on the region, new item. Item means it's a field one. Okay, now give here, you have to give specific ID to that username. Suppose txt username I'm giving. You can give anything. This is a text field, so that's why I'm giving the txt text username. If it is a button, I will give btn, like that. To understanding purpose only, I have given the text username. Okay, what is the item style? Message text input means user will enter the, see, everything from now onwards. You want to create a image, you want to create the link, you want to create the button, or you want to create a some, whatever the available options are there to design one UI page, all those will come by using this item styles. If you select here message text input means user can enter some value. If this item style, if you change it to button, it will display like a button. Okay, so for now this is a username. User has to enter the some information about the login user, so that's why just I'm leaving this as message text input only. We have to give the prompt also, prompt. Okay, I'm giving username. I want to create one more for password. Again, go to the right click on this region, new item. Okay, this is txt password. This is also message text input only. You have to give the prompt. If I not give the prompt, what will happen? So I will explain that one. That's why I'm not giving the prompt here. For username, I have given the prompt. Okay, for password, I have not given the prompt. Again, I want to give, what is the next one I want to create? I want to create a button. How to create a button? For that also navigation is same. Right click on the region, new item. It is a button, so I'm giving btn submit button. This is okay, submit. Here we have to change this item style. Message, see here you can see if you want to give any space, separator, reset button, message text input, style text, all those things we are going to discuss all these properties. If you scroll down here, we have the submit button. You have to select the submit button. Submit button. Here you have to give some prompt here. Suppose submit. Okay, now I'm running the page. See, this is the username. See, where is the prompt for this password? For this field, you have not given the prompt. Correct? If you see here, if you run the page, for each run, it will open in the different windows. See, this is the login page we have run earlier. This is a second time we have run. So if you run third time, it will open in the third window. Okay. For username, it is showing the prompt as username. For password, it's not showing. Why it's not showing? For the password, I have not given the prompt.
Entered prompt.
So now it will come, it will show you. Okay. Now if you run the page, password prompt will be shown here. Okay. So how to align these fields to the middle or left side or right side, those things we'll discuss later. Okay. Right now you don't ask those questions, just you practice up to this one. For your today practice or today your aim is you have to create a project and workspace page am, attach the am to am to the page, give the window title and run and see whether the page is opening or any issues. If page is running without any issues, very good. Now run by creating these fields, username and password, and enter. See, now I'm entering some username. I'm entering password. See, password is showing, but it is not correct. Correct? Password should be in not visible. Correct? But here, whatever I'm entering, it is showing. Correct? So how to avoid that one? Go to this field, password. Check here in all these are the properties of this message text input bin. If we change this prompt to see these properties, same properties will not available for the submit button. Few of them are same, but most of the properties are be different. Okay. Now go to the password. I want to hide the visibility. See here there is a security option is there. Okay. You have to set this property to true. Once if you make this as true, now let's see how the page is. I'm going to close all those tabs. Okay, this suppose see now prompt is came. Enter. See now password is not. We cannot see the password. How will achieve this one? You have to change the go to password and change the property here. Secret is there. Secret you have to set it to true. Earlier it is first time while you creating the bin, first time it is false. You have to make it to true. Then we cannot see the password. What is the password they have entered here? We cannot see. Till now it is clear. Any doubts?
Clear.
Okay. Now we have seen how to create the login page. We have seen two different items. Okay. One is text input bin, message text input bin. Another one is
Prompt.
submit button. Prompt is the property of this message text input. Okay, this is the styles of the bins. Submit button. Okay, these two you have seen. Now here next thing is whenever page is loading, I want to display a message here. Hi, please enter the login credentials. I want to display that message. So whenever you are going to any ATM, while you are inserting your ATM card into the machine, without you entering any password or anything, first it will display one welcome message. Please enter your PIN or enter the transaction. Some message it will display. After that, reading that message, will follow the same instructions and will withdraw the amount. Correct. Similarly, while the page opening itself, I want to display some message that please enter your login credentials. To proceed further, I want to display that message. How to do that? Okay. See now you are going to entering the Java code. Okay. How to write that? See now page is ready. On this page, you have to set one Java class. In that Java class, you have to write your logic. How to set the Java class. Similarly, how you create these items, how you created these bins. Right click on this region, set region. Correct. But now the navigation is here. It is same. First step is same. Right click, but not go to this new. Okay. Go under this one. You have set new controller. Set new controller. You have to give this set new controller. Set new controller. See, before I'm going to see here and under the web UI, how many we have? Only one page, correct? Page and Java file should be under web UI. Okay. Now see, right click on the region, say new. Instead of go to this one, we have to go to here. Third option, you have to select set new controller. See here, it is showing double WebUI. We have to remove one WebUI, including the one dot also. It should be under WebUI only, not dot double WebUI. Okay. Here my CO. You can give your any name, login, but at last you should end with the CO. If you not give CO also, it will work, no issues. Okay. But these are the standard practice instructions. Okay. You have to give the login CO. Once I click on CO, leave about this part. See here, earlier we don't have .java file, correct? Now it is created login co.java. If you select here, it won't. This is if you select this page, based on your selection here, the structure window will refresh automatically. See, if I select this login page, it is coming the login page structure in the below. If you select login CO, it will display that login CO and whatever the methods available under this. Okay, login CO. See, once you create the Java class, it is created. See, this is the Java class. It is created. Okay. Before we are going to write some logic here, just we'll discuss some what are the importance of this Java file. Okay, this is the Java file. This is the plain Java file. Once you create the Java file, it will come like this. Okay, leave about this part. Okay, it will come automatically. Leave about this part. We'll discuss about the Java file. Okay, see, till now we have not written any code. Okay, just we created one. We have selected one existing option, so file Java file I have created automatically. In every Java file, okay, we have two methods. In most of the interviews, they will ask, these are the basic level interview questions also they can ask. Once if you are able to answer these questions, then they will ask you some advanced questions. Okay, so if you want to go to the next level in interview, just you have to answer these questions carefully. Okay, every Java file has three methods. One is Java file methods and functions. We are discussing this concept now. Every Java file has three methods. One is process request. We'll call it as PR only. Process form request. We'll call it as PFR. Going forward, if I say PR and PFR, you have to understand. PR means process request. PFR. Another one is process form data. Okay, we'll see these methods. How many methods we have in a Java file? Three. Process request, process form request, process form data. If you see here also, it is showing two methods. What is this? Process request. Public void process request. See how you develop a PL SQL function like create or replace function or create, replace or package. Similarly here also, for create any method, public void is the common. After that you can, whether it is a private method or public method, based on that terminology will change here, but like this is like a standard syntax. Public void is a standard syntax kind of thing. Okay, or private you can use. Okay, see, this is a process request. What is the second one? We have process form request. Where is the process form request? See, this is the second one, process form request. Third method, Oracle will maintain internally. It is not visible to us. Okay, process form data is not visible to us. But in interviews, they may, if they ask how many we have methods, means 3 methods, but user will have the access to only 2 methods. One is the process request, another one is the process form request. Okay, these two are the methods, and each method has 2 parameters. Okay, has 2 parameters, default parameters. See, this is the process request, correct? These are the parameters. Like if you create the, see, if you are developing any report, red code and message, both are the common parameters, correct? We have to give those things. There is no option in the report, correct? Here also, to whenever you create, see, this is automatically Oracle has created, developer has created. Once you select the Java file, it will create 2 methods, and each method has 2 methods. One is page context, another is a web bin. What is page context and web bin? How many parameters? We have 2 parameters. Those are page context web bin. These are the parameters. So I'm telling one more time, how many methods you have in page? Process request, process form request, and process form data. But for user, process request and process form request only accessible methods, and each method has 2 parameters. One is the page context and web bin. It is the theoretically we have to remember these things. Now we are going to discuss when we will write the code in the process request, when you will write the code in the process form request, and when we are going to use this page context parameter and the use of the web bin. These 3 concepts we are going to discuss now. See, whenever page is loading, first time itself I want to display some message. Please enter login information. First time, without I'm doing any actions, without clicking any button, without doing any actions, while page loading itself, I want to display the message. Please enter login credentials. Okay, that means suppose I've developed one employee page. First time while loading the page itself, I want to display all the available information, employee information here, like employee number, employee name, salary, grade, hike, and whatever information you want. While the page loading itself, I want to query the data and I want to show it on the page. Without, before user has performed any action, I want to display. Okay. That kind of logics we have to write in the process request. While page loading itself, you want to do some calculations, or you want to display some message, you want to display some data, those kind of informations, or you want to, suppose manager is login, I want to show some submit button here, or if login person is not the manager, I want to hide some person information here. While loading the page itself means you have to write the logic in the process request. Next, suppose user enter the username and password. Now I will click the submit button. That time I want to check whether he entered the correct username and password or not. If something is wrong, then I want to display a message that your provided login details are not correct. Check one more time. Okay, I want to display those kind of message. That means if user has taken some action. Once he submit the request only, I want to do the calculations. I want to do some messages, some calculations, everything correct. That time I want to write the code in the process form request. Process request and process form request. What is the difference? Whenever page loading, I want to display some information, process request. I want to do some calculations after user provided some information, process form request. It is clear. Now, what is the use of this parameters? Suppose user enter some value here. I want to get this value to my Java, and I want to see, I want to suppose user enter some username and password. Now I want to check whether these credentials are wrong or not. For that, what I have to do first, I have to get this value. What value he enter here? He enter operation or he enter some ABC. Okay, I want to get this first, this value, and later I want to compare. That means I have to get the value on this bin. To get the value on the bin, we have to use the page contest. Okay, now suppose if the login employee is manager. Okay, for suppose I have here 10-50 fields are there. Okay, suppose if the login person is manager and is filling is some information and he click on save button, suppose. Okay, at that time for the manager some fields information is mandatory. If one employee is login, for that employee few information are non-mandatory. Mandatory and non-mandatory, suppose user enters some information here and he click on submit. That time I have to check that whether he entered the one field information or not. That time, see, required property. Mandatory is a property, not the value of the bin. Guys, I think you understand. These are the common terminology. Leave about the OAF. It's a common terminology. Okay. Whatever you are entering here is that is value, not the property. Okay. To get the value, you have to use the page contest. To get the property, we have to use the web bin. Okay. I hope everything is clear here. One is process request and one is process form request. And what are the uses of process request? Why, if you want to display any messages while loading the page, process request. You want to do some calculations after user has done some action, process form request. Page contest is to get the what the value user entered in the field, page contest. You want to get the property, web bin. Now, this is the thing. Now, whenever use page is loading, I want to display message, please enter details. In Java, leave about the Java, 1 minute, leave about the Java. In PL/SQL, if you want to display any messages, we have the option like dbms_output, correct? Or else we have fnd logs or fnd messages also. If you want to display any messages in the application, you have to use the fnd things. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, here also for to see, before you start the PL/SQL, you don't know dbms and output, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Similarly, here also you have learned this dbms_output, how to write this. Similarly, here in Java, you have option OA exception. This is like our DBMS. You have to display any messages. You have to write here OA exception. In these exceptions, we have different types. Okay. See, while loading the page, you are displaying the message means just you are giving the some information. Information is you have to enter some login credentials to proceed further. That is the information. Suppose after that, if user enter the username and password and he click on the submit, suppose you enter the wrong username and password, that time you have to display some message that you have entered the incorrect details. That is error, correct? You enter the wrong details. That is error. Suppose if they enter both, if he enter both correctly, username and password, that time it is you are telling that you are confirming that your means developer is confirming that he enter the correct information. These three is the, you have one more also that we'll discuss later, but information, error and confirmation. I think this is a common English words only. By reading these words also is you can understand. Don't think in way of we'll call it information, we'll call it confirmation, you will call it error. Okay. If OAF or any common thing, this is the common words we'll use basically. Basically, if you told any person also, you will tell that boss, I'm giving the information only. Okay. Once he receive anything, he will confirm you. Okay. How to write this OA exception? Okay. This is the packages. The default packages. If you learn any Java or anything, you have some default packages, correct? Here you have to import one package. What is that package? You cannot directly simply write this OA exception. Okay, if you want to use this OA exception in your Java, some predefined libraries are there in the Java. You have to import those things. How to import? Here, see, everything is imported. These imports are mandatory imports. That's why Java has taken care of these things and it is imported. Now we want to import one package. See, import Oracle. After Oracle, just put one dot and wait. Don't type anything. Wait. It will show you all the available options. Okay. After that, you try to Oracle. I want to import apps also. You just to type A. It will filter and show you the available option under J. Now go down. This is the apps. After that, automatically dot will come. Oracle apps fnd. After that, you try to type one first letter. It is if it is showing more options, then type the next option. Framework. Dot is coming automatically. First time only. After Oracle only, how to put the dot. After that, dot will show automatically. OA. See exception. This is the. I told you now. You have to use the OA exception. This OA exception is available under this package. Okay. Now copy. Now tell me where I want. In which method I have to write that logic. Please enter login details. Process request or process form request. Guys, try to answer. If it is wrong,
Process request.
Process request you have to write.
Process request.
Now here you have this exception. You want to throw exception message, correct? Here throw. You are displaying through new message, correct? Through new. I have already copied here. If you have not copied here, one more option is just press Control press. Use the keyboard shortcuts Control space. It will show you all the action here. What you have to import, what you have to get, OA exception. How to write? I'm telling one more time. In your system, press Control space. It will show you all the available options here. Now try to type the first letter. What is the first in the OA exception? First letter is O. It is showing, see, exception OA exception is at the first only. Now use the up arrow. Now press enter. All those things are shortcuts, but people will feel difficulty to use this one. But these are the shortcuts to avoid your workload. You have to remember. Now here one more thing. Suppose if I am writing some if condition, I want to suppose open brace or close brace. Okay, you just open the first brace. That's it. The second one automatically will take care. Okay. Similarly here also under the OA exception, just open the first one. Automatically second one will also come. In the double quotations, in PL/SQL you will write in single quotation, in double quotation. Here also same. Please enter your login details. Now tell me, what is this? This is information or confirmation or error?
Information.
So you have to mention that here. How to mention? After the double quotes. After the double quotes and before this closing brace, put comma. Again, control space. Now type O A E X. See, you have to type till it show OA exception. Now press enter. After that, put one dot. It will show, see, confirmation, error, information, no action. I will tell you those things later, but for now you remember only these things. This is information. Enter. After that, see here in the closing brace, it is showing some red color symbol. That means it has some error. It is showing. If you see here also, it is showing some red color. Correct. That means also it has some error. That error is after this line you have to close this one. Okay, guys, Java is a case sensitive. So until you familiar with this OA exception, O caps, OA caps, E caps, small, people will try to type it. Okay, people what they will do is they try to copy this one. OA exception. This is also good. Okay, until you familiar with this shortcuts. But you suppose OA exception, you will write like this. It will throw error because it is a case sensitive. OAE is a capital letters. Okay, that's why you have to use the control space. Now type you want to get the OA exception, correct? Control space. Now control space. Now try to type your OA, capital or small. Now try to type it. If you type here small also, it is showing in the if you write in the small also, it is showing in the caps. Now it is came. Now click on enter. Okay, now I'm running this page. You have to practice daily. Now onwards, classes daily I will complete my course syllabus. Okay, as per the schedule I will complete. You have to practice daily. See, this came correct. Please enter your login details. Is it clear? Any doubts till now?
Sir, is thrown you is the keyword to use the OA exception, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Throw new is the keyword. You have to use this one.
Okay. Sir.
Now for information, this prompt is coming. For error, if you use the error, it will come in a red color. For confirmation, different colors. Colors will change based on what you are just selecting there. Is that information or confirmation or error?
For this confirmation and error, only the last keyword we have to change the information and error.
Yes. See, if it is
remaining
yes, I will tell you that error in next session. See, if it is error, see till it is same. This error message you have to change it in meaningful way. Okay, for error also you cannot give this message, correct? You have to change this message. The only change thing is in the information place you have to select the error. If it is confirmation, you have to select the confirmation and you have to change this message. Remaining all are same.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any doubts till here? Any doubts, guys?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, where will we get this recorded video, sir?
I have already shared with Madhu sir. You can check with him. You will share. Yesterday session I have already shared.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys. If no issues, we can stop it here and catch you.
Sir, if you can provide the documents from the first class to till class, sir, it will also help.
This is only the first class only, na? Till now, just now we have write this code. The
Yes,
remaining
sir.
all are setups only.
Yes, sir, that setup process also, if you have any documents.
You can see the recorded videos. You can practice.
Sure, sir. Okay.
For this manual things, I suggest go with the video only instead of go to the. If you go to the document, they will in the document. I have the document anyhow. I will share the things. There it has a step that right click on the workspace, right click on the project. Okay, you will get confused. So better to practice like this only. For coding, yes, you can take the reference documents and you can do it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, guys, we'll catch you tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir.
Bye.
Hello.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, is it necessary to learn Java coding for this OAF?
It's not required to learn the complete Java kind of thing. It's like if you know the basic for loop, while loop, if conditions, it's enough. Why? Because there's a concept called callable statements. Okay. Whatever the values user has entered here, you can copy those values and you can pass it to PL/SQL. You can do all the validations in the PL/SQL. But basic, how to get the value and how to get those, like, see, if you know these loops, for loop or while loop, if conditions, if you understand in PL/SQL, you can write it in Java also. More than that is not required here. It's not a complete Java. Those things you can understand also while if you practice these things also. I know I'm going to explain those while conditions for loop here, so you can easily understand. It's not a complete Java. In core Java also, it's very core. It's a very basic for loop and while loop is enough to handle these things. Not only for your practice, in real time also. Because here we have a chance to call your PL/SQL code here. Everything you can pass it to your PL/SQL and you can handle in the PL/SQL. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.